Today is May 3rd, 2024. This is Primacon, your host for today, bringing you your daily Silksong Cope. There has been Cope to report for Silksong today. You all thought we got some brand new Cope. Let's go! Okay, are you awake yet? Did I get your attention? Alright, let's talk about something. Last night, someone did the unthinkable. Someone pinged Leth on the Hollow Knight Discord server, and I was like, holy fucking shit, this guy, the mods are about to knock down on his door. You all thought Leth was the assassin. No. Wait till you see the mods of Hollow Knight Discord server. They were about to shove this man in a locker, ship his ass to Siberia. He was never gonna be heard from again. But would you look at that? Leth actually did reply. It's almost like he likes talking to the community when everyone doesn't like. But in case you missed it because you're not a crazy weirdo who's always scouring 24/7 on the internet to find anything Silksong related, I thought I would just make a video talking about this because he brought up some really good points that echo a lot of what I have been talking about when it comes to believing these leaks and stuff that we find on the internet and the future of Silksong news when it comes to events and showcases and stuff like that. So if you're interested in any of that, let's go through what happened last night and maybe you'll find some good value out of it. I would love to hear your opinion on what you think about the things that we're going to discuss today. So basically, the real Tondo, my man, he just pinged Leth and said, can we trust the Wandering Dutch? So, context, the Wandering Dutch is a YouTuber who did an indie showcase lately in which he told that he talked to someone from inside Xbox named Aaron Greenberg who told him that Silksong is planned to release at a late 2024 date. I made a video about it, kinda making fun of the whole situation because during that time, we also got someone named Omar from another video game company, which is Arab, and he was talking about how he knows that Silksong is supposed to be showcased at the ID Xbox showcase. So those two leaks were going about, and I made a video talking about how this is all just bullshit, because at the end of the day, who are these people? If they're not from Team Cherry, then how can they claim some big things, right? And I doubt Team Cherry will just go to Xbox and randomly tell them something like, yeah, Silksong, we're planning that for late 2024. Why would they do that? Because it's said on their website that they don't commit to a release date unless they're 100% sure. Anyway, that's the context you need. So this person said, Leth, can we trust the Wandering Dutch? And I'm sure he didn't mean to come off as like super condescending, but he was like, who? Bro, he absolutely destroyed him. Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, this is so hilarious to me. But the conversation continued and Leth said, I don't know him. So then people were bringing up the fact that he talked to Aaron from Xbox or whatever, and like all of that was leaked. And then Leth straight up debunked it. Thank God. I really appreciate that from him. Never spoke to Aaron before. There we go. All these weird insider information you guys hear, all these like leaks and stuff like that, they're all a bunch of hocus pocus. Don't believe it unless it comes from Team Cherry, okay? Like, look at this stuff on the subreddit. Someone tagged this as kinda news of some Omar guy talking about like, it was Silksong, it was supposed to be showcased at the end of April. Like, okay, Omar, who are you, dude? Like, things like that, they're nothing. They're just fluff, absolute BS. And then like the OP is like, oh, he's well known to be honest, and he's predicted some games. It doesn't matter. Okay, just think about it. If you're Team Cherry and you don't really even commit to any release date until your game is finished, how the fuck is that date gonna leak when it doesn't exist? To leak something, it has to exist first. Am I crazy? But anyway, the conversation continued. Leth did add some context saying that, oh, he shouldn't say never, but he doesn't recall, which basically translates to that it wasn't that important. If it was as important as him or anyone from Team Cherry telling people from Xbox a release window, I'm sure they would recall that, right? Then the conversation continued. People were clarifying to Leth the whole situation. He was asking who the Wandering Dutch is and everything like that. Again, it's really fun to see someone from Team Cherry delve into all the hope and cope we all get up to, weird leaks and stuff like that. I really appreciate like this whole interaction. It's so nice of him. Someone was like, Leth, you should break his knees. Cue the yeah, embrace the Hitman meme. Let's go. Now let's get into the meat of speculation because this is fun to do. Big disclaimer ahead. Everything from this point on is just wild speculation for the sake of hype. I do not want anyone watching this video to put words in Leth's mouth, okay? Don't take something out of it that he's not meaning to say. He's just talking to us. I know we're like feral for Silksong information as a community, especially the subreddit, but let's be a little bit tame here. So people were talking about how they basically gave a 6-month window, the Wandering Dutch leak, because late half of 2024 is a 6-month long window, and then Leth was like, oh, that's the way to do it. Bigger the window, the more likely to be correct. Again, please do not freak out. Don't take it as, oh my god, let's just confirm that Silksong is nowhere near close and we should keep expecting for a very wide release window. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna tell my wife? It's just a funny haha, okay? Because basically any idiot can come and be like, yeah, guys, I have insider leak. Silksong will be coming out in next 2 years. Trust me, brother. And they'll probably end up being right because it's such a wide window. So that's all he's talking about. Anyway, moving on. Now, before we get to the big one that I really want to dissect into, Leth says that you guys remember the leaker from 2022 E3. Looking back, I think he was just disappointed that Day 1 of SGF had no Silksong news, but people interpreted the tweet as Day 1 Game Pass. I frankly have no clue what he's talking about. I don't think I was on board with that quote-unquote leak. I'm sure someone in the comments knows what he's referring to. What was the E3 leak incident? I would love to know and hear about it, so please let me know in the comments. But now, he says, I mean, all the leaks and predictions have been wrong so far. Choose your champions carefully, I would say. Oh god, did Leth just debunk the fact that we're not gonna see Silksong at any of these showcases? I don't know. This is where I would just like to see your opinion in the comments. I think all he's talking about is like, don't take too much stock in these like leaks and stuff, because that's what the conversation started from. Because he himself says that looking forward to the articles and YouTube videos taking my messages out of context here again. This is why I'm providing full context, because I don't want anyone to like I said before, put word in someone's mouth that they don't mean to say. If you want to put anything anywhere, you should put some subscribers to my YouTube channel. You can go down there and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Actually, that's a lie. It's not free. It'll cost you your sanity, but small price to pay for Cope, am I right? When I saw this last night, I was so drunk on Cope that I interpreted as him saying that, oh, all the showcases have been wrong, so you know, choose your showcases carefully. Like, is he like hinting that we're not gonna get Silksong at Summer Game Fest or Xbox or anything like that? But reading it again after post-Cope clarity, it's easy to see that he's just talking about the leaks and predictions, because we have had a lot of predictions of Silksong over the year. I made a funny video about it called Silksong is right around the corner. You can check it out, which is basically people who've been predicting Silksong for 4 years now. And all these leaks that we've gotten, we got the infamous Nvidia leak that Fireborn made a video about back in the day. Do you guys remember that? And we've gotten like all these leaks over the year. It's like none of them have been wrong, so you should never put stock in leaks. Unless it's some official confirmation by Team Cherry, it's stupid and invalid and it doesn't matter. But to me, that's all that this means. But I'm sure someone out there is gonna pair this, like connect this to the previous thing he said back in the day at the Blue SR interview, where he said that we should expect the next news from Team Cherry. Someone will probably draw that line and be like, oh, see, he said to expect it from Team Cherry and he's saying it again now, that not to look at these showcases. I mean, I'm not your dad. That's up to you. You believe what you want to believe. But then the conversation shifted to something that I have been advocating for a month now, which is the riddles. Leth said, you guys made me nostalgic for the riddles. Man, oh my god, I made a video yesterday covering every single Silksong news, and I talked about how my favorite piece of news from Silksong was the riddles that Leth did back in 2020. They were so much fun, man, and I really miss them. I really wish they would bring it back, and I was advocating for it a lot on Twitter like a while back, but I think this conversation really changed my perspective on the whole riddle thing. Because Leth loved it too. See, he said it before and he said it now too. It was pure joy to do that and watch and listen. But, as he says, I think if I was to do another riddle, people would be disappointed that it's only revealed a single NPC. And obviously on face value, you'd be like, no, Leth, come on, because that's what everyone is doing here in the Discord comments. People are like, oh, freaking out. They're like, no, don't underestimate how hype we are. We would love that. That would be so amazing. But I can already imagine the headlines and articles and all the people taking it very negatively, where people were like, oh, Silksong got leaked. Team Cherry had a year long of silence and they said said nothing, and then all they had to reveal was a single NPC. Because of course they can't do more than that, because Team Cherry has already spoiled so much. We know so many characters, we know so many areas, so many combat tools, like stuff like that. No way they want to spoil more of the game, because why the hell would they do that? And so the best they could probably do is give you one character. But the hype of that will go away very soon, because now people just want the release date more than anything. Most Silksong fans right now just want the release date. And I feel like when we get a riddle, we're expecting it to be a release date. And then when we figure it out, it'll just be a character or whatever. Point being, they couldn't put anything in the riddle that's not the release date that would be satisfying enough. You know what I mean? I think the mod puts it best. I'll be honest, Leth, it is inevitable. The community is practically at the position of, oh, we just want one screenshot. Is that too much to ask? Okay, that picture was okay, I guess, but where's the release date? Exactly. I feel like that'll be the general reception of a riddle. So I guess one tangible thing that we can take away from this conversation is that riddles are probably not happening again. I know some people were really hoping for it, including me, especially because Leth has showed interest in the riddles, but I just don't see that as a possibility anymore. But hey, if I end up being wrong, or if they change their mind, that'll be just great. More news, at least for me, is always welcome, of course. But yeah, it made me really happy that Leth actually debunked all of this himself, that we shouldn't put stock in all these leaks and gamer insider information, because at the end of the day, no one knows anything but Team Cherry. I hope you have enjoyed this discussion, and I hope I was able to put it in a respectful enough manner without taking it anything out of context or making like a big Silksong news hype about it. But I would just like to end this discussion by telling you all the most important piece of information that Leth told us. Actually, I'm sorry I saved it for the last. It's kind of a YouTube thing where you save the most important thing for the last. I'm just a scummy, grubby, greasy YouTuber, so he actually did tell us the most important leak of Silksong. If you really dig deep into this one, you could actually interpret the release date, which I kind of did, but I don't want to give it away because I'm sure that'll get me into like legal trouble if I actually leak the release date of Silksong. But I'll show you the message so you can interpret it or like yourself and figure out the release date yourself. He basically said,